Bulking is one of your worst enemies when it comes to your physique. When I found out how dangerous bulking was, it shocked me. I have worked out for 3 years and I have never gone on a true bulk. I took a completely different path that I'm about to show you today. So why does everyone still think you need to bulk when it's actually the thing that's holding you back? To answer that, look at the advice that are still around in the gym community. People still talk about time under tension. Some say high reps build toned muscle, low reps build bulky empty muscle. Others say that drop sets is the way to go. What do all of these have in common? They're all old school advice from the 80s and 90s, and since then there have been a bunch of studies that have shown that every single advice they gave was wrong. But because they're old school, they're integrated to the gym community, and most guys haven't done research, so they just listen to what another person has said. Just look at the biggest bodybuilders from back then. Take Arnold Schwarzenegger for example. He used to say you gotta shock the muscle. What he means by that is that your body over time adapts to a certain exercise, and when that happens, that exercise is not efficient anymore. If that was the case, that your muscle adapts to a certain exercise and it's not efficient anymore, why is my shoulders one of my strongest muscle groups? Because 95% of my side delt gains has come from the cable ladder raise. Does that not really sound like BS to you? So now, what happens to your body when you bulk? Let me make something clear. I'm not saying that bulking is useless, but most guys don't need to bulk. If you're skinny, you need to bulk, because when you're over 14% body fat, your metabolism won't slow down. Your body is comfortable, it's not scared of starvation, so it can focus on building more muscle mass. So now, what happens when you start to bulk? Well, the answer is simple. You will look less defined. You will store more fat and more water. You will look more like a rectangle instead of a triangle. You know, the triangle look, broad upper body, narrow waist, is the goal for an aesthetic physique. When you bulk, you go against that, which is not our goal. We don't want to do that. There are plenty of guys, including me, who have made huge progress without ever bulking. I have abs year round while still making progress in the gym. So how do I do that? How can I make progress without ever bulking? Let's get into it. I'm going to break down exactly what I do instead and how you can copy my approach. I'm also going to show you how I train, how I was able to build an aesthetic physique without ever bulking. So what I do instead of bulking and storing more fat than necessary, I just focus on the protein and getting enough calories to where my body is comfortable. This might sound basic, but trust me, if you just eat healthy unprocessed foods, your body will tell you when it's had enough calories. With processed foods, your hormones gets all messed up, so it's hard for you to tell when you've had enough food. When you stick to unprocessed foods, you start to understand your body better, and the best part out of all of this is you don't even need to count your calories because you understand your body's signal better. This is literally what I do all year round. High protein unprocessed foods. Over time, you will naturally fall into the weight class where you're the most comfortable. For most people, it's around 15 to 16% body fat if you eat high protein unprocessed foods. Let me show you what I eat in a normal day. I eat 2 meals. First meal is 9 eggs. Sometimes I treat myself and add cheese. And the second meal is a whole bag of chicken wings or drumsticks. It weighs about 2 pounds, or if I want red meat, I eat 500 grams of ground beef. And I have 1 protein shake a day. Now here's a warning. If you only focus on high fat meals, of course you will gain fat, there's no denying it. But if you keep your diet high in protein, you won't go over that line, and at 15% you will look lean. You don't need to be shredded to look good. Social media has lied to you. Most people are impressed if you're lean with some muscles. That's it. Now, if you want to go down to 10-12% body fat for summer, of course you can do that. But for the rest of the year, stay at 15-16% body fat and build muscle. And if you want to look aesthetic at 15% body fat, you gotta know how to train the right way too. The real goal for an aesthetic physique is all about the V shape. So we want to prioritize the muscles that actually enhances the V shape. So the first question is, what are the aesthetic muscle groups? Let's get something clear. Every single muscle group is important, but there's a few muscle groups that are more important than others if you want to maximize your aesthetic physique, and here's my order. The fourth place is your upper chest. A big upper chest gives more mass to your upper body, which enhances the illusion of you being wider than you actually are. For exercise selection, any incline push works, Smith, dumbbell or machine. The key is the movement pattern and they all hit your upper chest, so use what feels best. The third place is your lats. Your lats connects your upper body to your midsection. The bigger lats you have, the more you go away from the rectangle look and you come closer to the triangle look, which is our goal. The exercise selection is a bit trickier here. The lats move in 3 main ways, but to keep it simple, stick with lat pull down and a close grip row where your elbows stay close to your body. The second place is your abs, and everyone can agree that abs just look amazing. They don't do much for your V shape, but if you have abs, you have proof that you have discipline, that you work hard, you just look more like an athlete. For exercises, my favorites are leg raises and cable ab crunches. And the first place is your side delts. Remember the triangle. Your side delts are the corner of those triangles, and the bigger side delts you have, the more extreme of a triangle you get, which is our goal for an aesthetic physique. It's all about the movement. If the pattern is the same, you can switch up the exercises. So now, how do you actually prioritize these muscles? The answer is simple. It's not about doing more sets and reps. If you want to prioritize these muscle groups, you just need to hit it early in your session. Remember, as you train, you build fatigue, and when you have too much fatigue, you're not able to push the muscle to its maximum limit. So if you hit side delts or abs at the end of the session, you won't be able to maximize growth. You need to change your workout split if you can't hit it early in the session. And there are a bunch of workout splits that allows you to hit them earlier in the session. You have Arnold split, you have modified push-pull legs, you have upper lower. In my last video, I gave you 3 different workout splits that you can just copy, so watch that later. So now, to summarize everything, do you need to bulk? The answer is no. When you're in a healthy body fat percentage, around 15 to 16% body fat, your body is already comfortable with the fat it has, so it's ready to build more muscle mass. If bulking is not necessary, why do some people say it works? It's because when they start to work out, they went on a bulk and saw some results. But the truth is, the reason why they saw results is because they're new to the gym, not because they went on a bulk. All bulking did was store more fat and water. Should you only focus on the aesthetic muscle groups? No. Every single muscle is important, but you should put a little bit more extra energy into your side delts, abs, lats and upper chest. If you want to learn more about diet and training, what should you do? Great question. In my last video, I gave a complete guide on training and diet, so click here if you want to learn more.